Today is episode 5 of Photoshop techniques. We're going to be working on this picture and I'll go through a dodge and burn technique that I use all the time. So first of all, you create 2 curve layers. Group them and name them something like dodge and burn. This will be the 2 layers we will use to lighten and darken sections of the image. Then you need a hue and saturation layer and another curve layer. And group those 2 with a name such as desaturation. You group layers with Command G. Looking at your dodge and burn curves, the bottom one is going to be your burn layer, and so it will darken areas. Using the curves technique from earlier this month, pull the midpoint towards the bottom right corner of the box and rename the layer Burn. The top curves layer in this group is going to be your dodge layer. Pull the midpoint towards the top left corner and rename the layer Dodge. You will need to know which layer is which. Now invert the layer masks for both curve layers so all of it is hidden with Command I. We will only be working on small sections at very low opacity, so the majority of the curve layer will be black. Now for your desaturation group. Go into hue and saturation and pull the saturation down to -100, completely black and white. This is so we can see our shadows and highlights much clearer. On your curves layer in this group, use an S curve and play with the contrast so that you can see darks and lights much easier. You can always go back into this curves layer and adjust it for darker or lighter sections of the image. Now you can toggle desaturation on and off for certain sections. The skin will usually need to be edited in black and white, but the hair can usually be done in colour. I tend to start with my dodge layer, and this is where I will do most of my work. Set your paintbrush to white so that when you paint on your layer mask you are revealing the layer. Keep your opacity around 5% and your flow around 50%. And you definitely want a soft brush so that all your changes will blend well and no lines are harsh. If I show you at 100% opacity, painting on the burn layer it makes things darker, and painting on the dodge layer it makes things lighter. If you keep the opacity at 5%, you can see a dark area underneath the right eye. You need to zoom in until you can see individual pixels. Working in big areas will reduce accuracy and won't help you get the skin tone even. And all you do is run the white paintbrush over the darker pixels and redo until the area matches the tone of skin around it. As you can see, even that small bit of work has lessened the shadow dramatically. I'll show you in colour. We've taken that shadow and crease and reduced it. You would do this for the whole of the face. It does take time, but that is how beauty retouchers do it. I'll use my burn layer to reduce highlights from harsh light, like under her left eye and also around her cupid's bow, to tone it down. And if I decide I want that highlight back, I just go in with a black brush and paint the section again. I love this method for retouching skin, and it can also be used to enhance hair. You will use the dodge layer to emphasise some of the highlights. Usually you can get away with slightly higher opacities for hair retouching. It adds shine and it gives the hair more depth. You can see this section is really light. Maybe I messed up a curve or something earlier on. So I'm just blending it back in with a 20% opacity brush on my burn layer. So you can see in the hair and under the eye, it is a lot cleaner now. And that's my dodge and burn technique. I will do it over the whole image, and you will see it more in my tutorial on Friday, where I do this picture from beginning to end. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below if there are any tutorials you want me to do. Thank you!